The head coach of the UB Bulls, Nate Oates. The Bulls back home a little bit later in the show, but first we're going to talk to Coach Oates about a big win on the road.
DK was in foul trouble. Those are our three seniors that were playing. So we mainly did it with all underclassmen. Ron, and he was involved with all that. But I thought it was big. Nicola stepped up, didn't win. We needed it bad. Now we got to start playing. So looking forward to Western on Saturday. We need to play a lot better at home.
Sophomores, 64 of the 82 points came from 4 sophomores. So it looks pretty good for the future. I know you're not thinking about the future, but when you have sophomores stepping up, that's got to make a coach feel pretty good.
Yeah, you know what it is. Last year, and I think Blake, they both had decent games at various times this year. I mean, Blake's some different stuff out for us.
Yeah, I mean, with Nicola, is it more so just really finally getting the opportunity? Obviously, Kwate gets hurt, it frees
up. Once Kwate broke his hand, we pulled him in and kind of talked to him, told him he's going to be playing more, get himself ready. I think he'd kind of himself back together, and he's playing pretty well. So hopefully we can get him shoot it well too. He didn't even shoot it really. He was 1 for 5 from 3 and 1 for 4 at the free throw line, but he a little bit better. So hopefully he can keep trending upwards, and we can get some other guys.
A guy we had on last week, we talked about his defense. He had 5 steals, most by UB player this season. Game starting to come along a little bit.
Yeah, we gave him a mandatory number of shots he had to make every day. So he's in there shooting on the that shooting machine. We got the gun. We got him. He's got it well. So hopefully that's for him doing that, and he's got to continue to do it. And
how hard is it to beat a team 7 straight times, especially a team like Kansas?
They kind of been able to bully some teams and just. They had 34, I think, offensive rebounds against Oregon State. I think 24 against Texas. Pretty tough team, and we're athletic enough to where, and they out-rebounded us by 1. It was 41-40. We really made a big push on rebound, and then we scored inside. I thought Nick played really well for us inside. He's struggling shooting the ball. He hasn't shot it great lately. He's, for whatever reason, his confidence with his 3-ball isn't where it needs to be. Hopefully we get that back.
A guy like Jimmy Hall, one of the better players in the league, and especially a guy who's a dynamic rebounder.
Jimmy's pretty good. I think Jimmy had 24 and 16 against us. I'd be ecstatic if I could get 16. Perimeter shot, that is. He hit the 1 pull-up, but even at the free throw line, he struggled a little bit. And then he still hasn't been able to hit a 3, it seems like, in forever. So hopefully that comes back around for him, but it is nice to
a lack of practice or getting in the gym. He's one of the hardest workers that you have on that team.
No, he is. We talked about it. We looked at his shot last year. He's just, I think it's a couple technical things and a little bit of a mindset. It will pay off. There's no way it's not going to pay off. So, we just got to get everybody clicking on all cylinders. We're down. We only had 12, and have the rough start.
In action on Saturday. I'll talk about those Western Michigan Broncos and also look ahead to next Tuesday's game.
BMW 320i X-Drive sedan
is proud to be the official auto partner of UB Athletics and offers special prices.
From U Sports to the NFL, A-Turf, it's what the UB Bulls play on and the Buffalo Bills too.
Join us at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill. Hey, it's Paul Santora letting you know we have 2 great locations. One on Millersport Highway next to the Marriott, one on Transit Road. There's no better place to enjoy football and hockey with great drink and food specials for every game. Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill since 1927. 4 generations strong, the only
women and men's basketball team post-conference opponents. The excitement starts at noon to make Alumni Arena the place to be.
Worldwide leader in sports, ESPN.
Back here at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill, the UB to be positively impacted. Well, Coach, back home on Saturday, a 2:30 start against the Western Michigan Broncos. Talk to us a little bit about that Western Michigan team. Obviously, Coach Hawkins, a guy who's been in the MAC for 14 years. He's the dean of the MAC coaches, and I think he was an assistant for.
I think they played the second toughest non-conference schedule after us. They're starting 2 freshmen. They got a lot of freshmen on the roster. And with freshmen, they grow up a lot through the course of the year. So I think how they're playing now is a lot better than how they were maybe playing at the. Their record's not great, and ours isn't, great either. We're a little bit under 500, but I think both of us went and played tough. They played at Washington, they played Villanova, similar to us playing. Like they just played at Akron. I mean, Akron's won, I think, 27 in a row at home, and they played Akron tough all the way down to the end. I think it was like a 1-possession game, the last minute of the game. So they're playing well. They've got a really good guard, Thomas Wilder, a junior kid that he's been He's averaging about 19, 5, and 5.5 assists. Like he's one of the best guards in the league. Place last year. So we made sure on the scout edit we had all those clips in for all the guys that guarded him. It wasn't just one guy. He took turns going at some of our guys. So hopefully we got a little pride and can play him well. But those are top 2 scorers, and they got another freshman kid. Hopefully we can. We need to get a win against them. We need to get on a winning streak here, but it's not going to be easy. They play well. They run a ton of ball screen stuff, similar to what Canisius runs with the bigs lifted a lot. They run some different stuff out of that. So it'll test our ball screen defense, and hopefully we're a lot better at it now, and hopefully we're guarding at a higher level.
Now, on the offensive end for you guys, defensive end for Western Michigan, they are a teams offensively that you can exploit.
It'd be great if that trend would continue, because we need to start shooting the ball a little better. So hopefully we can get ourselves going against them. I just think they're big. They're 5 men. They've got 2 5-men, Drake and then Seth Dugan, a 7-footer. The other kid's like 6'10". Neither one of them are all that athletic and don't move great. They're both pretty skilled on offense, though. So I think they play a decent amount of guys, but some of the guys off the bench, I don't know that they guard particularly well either. I think those other 4 guys are all decent defenders, though. The 1 through 4 in their starting lineup. The freshmen, though, I think you can. They sometimes will fall. As most freshmen do, they're got to get used to playing college basketball, and the defense will sleep on some different actions you can get them on. So, to be honest with you, I haven't looked a ton at their defense yet. Tonight and tomorrow before practice, we're going to spend more time on that. We looked at their offense for the most part right now, and trying to get that down, how we're going to guard one more day before we play them on Saturday.
Is part of it too just making sure that you guys run your offense to when you call a play, just run the full play, run the offense. When you did that against Kent State in the second half, you guys went 17 of 23 from 2-point range from inside the arc against Kent. So when you're running the offense, to perfection, you're getting those looks that you want to get.
You know what? And I don't even think the threes we took against Kent were bad. We're just missing some decent shots. Once we got the turnovers under control after the first 4 minutes, I got Boone giving me some spicy food in the break, and he's killing me right now. He should have known better than that. But it's good. The food's great here. Boone's just got to keep the spicy stuff for after the show. But anyways, so I think our coaching point of emphasis was that the ball needs to move. I felt like against Ball State, Blake made good reads. He came off the ball screens. He was hitting the roll man. He had 9 assists. He's hitting the shake man, finding the roll man. But it stuck too much. Not necessarily. And I thought he took too many. Sometimes you just need to get the ball moving, get it in some other guy's hands, get it moving around. It'll come back to you. Now, Blake was only able to play 19 minutes, but I did think he got the ball moving. He had some nice plays there at the end of the game. We got more in transition, and that comes with the way Kent State plays. They crash the offensive board so hard. If you can rebound, they're not getting back on defense all the time because they go to the old board so hard. We were able to get some runouts on them and score some easy buckets that way, which always helps get your 2-point percentage up as well. But I do think the ball's moving better in practice. I think the ball moved better against Kent. Hopefully we see it continue to move well against Western, and we keep moving in the right direction on the offensive end as well.
And then I know you're not looking forward to next Tuesday, but we won't talk before then. Next Tuesday, a game at Miami. What do you know of the Red Hawks a little bit from maybe that you've seen from other scouts or video that you've watched on some of the other opponents?
They've got a really good freshman guard, really good. I went on KenPom. I usually go to KenPom.com and check out all the analytics on everybody we play, and I just happened to look at the league analytics. He's got top 5 players that they kind of, statistical-wise, player of the year. And this kid's 5th on the list right now. So Weathers is his last name. So, they've struggled a little bit the last few years, but, he's got some good young talent in that Weathers kid. His brother's there with him as well. So they've got some good young talent, kind of similar to Western. Now, Western's point guard is a junior in experience and Wilder. But, I haven't watched them play a ton, but I'm assuming they're still doing the junk defenses and trapping, and hopefully our guard plays good and we're not turning the ball over. If you don't turn the ball over against them, I think you get some really good shots. If you can beat a trap, it's almost like good guards want to get trapped. Because if you can beat the trap, it's 4-on-3 when you're out of the trap. So hopefully we can handle their traps well, get some easy, 4-on-3, 3-on-2, 2-on-1 when you get out of the trap, and get some easy buckets that way. And then, if our defense continues to play as well as as it did against Kent, and I think 3 out of the last 4 games we've been pretty good defensively. I thought we were great at Eastern. We were good enough to beat Ohio defensively. And Ball State, we took a step back, and then I thought we were pretty good defensively against Kent State. So if we can continue to play good defense like we've been doing, I think the offense will find its way.
Well, Nate, best of luck. That starts on Saturday, a doubleheader with the UB women. The men will play Western Michigan at 2:30. The UB women will play Central Michigan at noon. They are coming off back-to-back road victories. We'll talk to Louis Spina, Assistant Director of Athletic Communications, after the break to talk a little UB women's basketball. But
Per month, only $289 per month. Call 505-2100, 505-2100, or stop by 8215 Main Street in Williamsville today.
Town BMW is proud to be the official auto partner of UB Athletics and offers special pricing to UB students and employees.
As the University of Buffalo's technology solutions provider, ComDoc worked together with UB to develop a comprehensive program by consolidating print resources and implementing initiatives that reduce waste. Choose the winning team and visit comdoc.com or call 716-689-0202 to see how Buffalo's premier technology solutions provider can help you optimize your workflow.
TVs. All of our food is made to order with the freshest and most natural ingredients. Both locations have live music, Millersport on Friday, Transit Friday and Saturday night. There's no better place to enjoy football and hockey.
It's double the fun at Alumni Arena Saturday, January 21st, when both the women and men's basketball team host conference opponents. The excitement starts at noon when the women take on Central Michigan, followed by the men hosting the Broncos of Western Michigan. Call 1-877-UB-THERE.
Welcome back to the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN 50.
back here at Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill for UB Basketball Insider. I'm now joined by Louis Spina, the Assistant Director of Athletic Communications and the women's basketball sports. Talk to us about that first game against Central Michigan, what you saw from the Chippewas, and some of the things that the Bulls were able to do in that game.
Yeah, Central Michigan put up 88 points in the first matchup against us at their place. 21, she's averaging 31 in conference play. So Steph had a great game defensively on her. But overall, the team, 88 points obviously is not what you want to give up. They did have 40 free throws, which wasn't. They get out, they're athletic. They have a big that ranks 5th in the country in rebounding, averages 11.5 a game. So, they got the inside game, they got the outside game with Presley Hudson. They're an all-around great team. And I think that first matchup against them, they kind of had something for us just because of the MAC championship last year. Stephanie hitting the shot, winning, UB's first ever MAC championship. I think that they wanted a little revenge, and they came out and wanted it a little bit more than we did. But you know what? We're back home now, so we'll see what we have for them on Saturday.
2 games on the road.
Rebounds, most since 2014 in a game.
Talk to us about that Miami game. I think that was a game where you got some really good play from the freshmen. Just talk to us about going on the road and getting a win against the Miami Redhawks.
That was a big confidence-boosting game. They're coming off. We were 3-game losing streak against some of the better teams, Central and Ohio and Toledo, some of the top teams in the MAC, and the confidence was down a little bit. So, we really needed to go in there and make a statement, and I think that's what we did. The freshmen came out, and Summer Hemphill had 15 points, 12 rebounds, and Teresa Onwuka had 16 points, 11 rebounds, 4 steals. They were just unbelievable. They just showed their athleticism getting up and down the court, and really it stemmed from the defense. The second half, the defense was stifling, and that helped us get the 60 rebounds and get out and run in transition, and we outscored them in fast break like we do pretty much every team this season. So those 2 freshmen played great, and then of course Joanna Smith does what she does. And it seemed like the team was starting to feel like they weren't as close-knit of a group. So even the girls were saying that it was good to get out there and be together and spend some time together, and it helped picking up those 2 wins.
And then that defense showed up again last night at the Stroh Center. A big win against Bowling Green. I think, what was it, 61-50?
61-50.
61-50 victory over the Bowling Green Falcons. Just another defensive clinic by the Bulls.
Yeah, the defense was outstanding. We went into our zone, and Bowling Green really had no answer for it. it looked like even when they did get buckets, it was late in the shot clock, wasting a lot of time. It took them a lot of – we only turned over the ball 7 times, which is a season low for us. So that was a huge key. We had 15 points off of the turnovers, and, defense leads to offense. And that's what Coach Jack has preached since he's been here. And, when we hold teams to 50 or less, we're 16-0 over the last 2 years.
From 6 different players in the first half.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of unheard of, when you have everyone out there doing their thing on the defensive end, and it doesn't really matter who's getting the deflection, but they're all kind of just playing out there as a unit defensively.
Yeah, the defense was swarming, and that's the one thing about Coach Jack's defense. It's not just about one player. It's not putting a player on an island, and it's not Stephanie getting all the steals up top. It's everybody working as a whole unit, and it turns out being that was pretty cool. I think we ended up with 7 players having a steal in the game, that's a lot of players to have to get a steal. So. It says a lot about the defense and how well they've been playing, and they're really picking up their play the last 2 games, and hopefully they can continue it this weekend against a really strong offensive team.
And then finally, talk to us about Tessie a little bit. She's joined the starting lineup, has had a couple double-doubles in the last few games. It seems like Summer was getting all the
recruit. Not many people knew about her. She's only started playing basketball 4 years ago. So she came over from Nigeria, played high school basketball. So she's only ever played high school basketball. That's it. It's pretty unbelievable where she is with her game right now, only playing 4 years. And she's such an unbelievable person off the court as well. And, that speaks to the type of player that Coach Jack's bringing in. But Tessie is 3 double-doubles in her 4 career starts. And I said to her, what, are you going to average a double-double while you start? And she goes, I did. And she goes, I thought I had like 5. So she doesn't even know. And we don't know her potential. I mean, she's already improved her outside shot remarkably since the beginning of the season. She's one of the better shooters on the team now, and she's a lefty, so it throws a lot of people off, coming from the left rather than the right. And, she could drive both hands. She's unbelievable on the offensive glass. She liked flying under the radar a little bit. Now she's getting a little bit more, but it's deservingly so.
Well, the women's basketball team will be back in Alumni Arena on Saturday at 12 o'clock. They will have the Central Michigan Chippewas. It'll be a rematch, 2:30 against Western Michigan. Tickets are available at the UB Ticket. I am Brian Wolf. Have a good night.
WGRZ Channel 2, Pepsi, and ComDoc, and in part by Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill.